Welcome to News in Brief from Ayatollah Global Network. Daily meetings of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi. The Grand Shia-Islamic jurist Ayatollah Sayyid Shirazi holds in-person meetings with large numbers of people, including religious scholars, university figures, and social and cultural activists, as well as public groups of people on a daily basis. In these meetings, the attendees report on their activities, explain their views, and listen to the guidelines and advices of the Grand Jurist. Coptic Christians targeted by terror attacks in Egypt. Following an attack on a bus carrying a group of Coptic Christians in Minya province, southern Egypt, more than 25, among whom children and women, were killed and some others were wounded. After this deadly massacre, a Free Muslim organization affiliated to Imam Shirazi World Foundation and Adam Center for Defending Rights and Freedoms released separate statements to condemn the attack. In part of these statements, we read, "The main reason for the spread terror attacks in Arab and Islamic countries is the outright and long-time support of some Muslim monarchies for the schools and teachings materials that preach extremism and terrorism in the Muslim world. Nonviolence Incorporation, Free Muslim, and Adam Center for Defending Rights and Freedoms demanded the international community to rise against terrorists using all its potentials and powers and help the nation of Egypt. Furthermore, these human rights organizations asked the world leaders to establish a firm determination to uproot the origins of terrorism in the Middle East." Gilded Minarets of Sayyid Muhammad Shrine in Samarra unveiled. During an official ceremony, the Gilded Minarets of Sayyid Muhammad Shrine in Holy Samarra were unveiled at the presence of several religious, political, and cultural activists. Two delegates from the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Holy Karbala, Mr. Arif Nasrullah, the director of the Grand Jurist Public Relations in Karbala, and Sheikh Zaki Al-Bayati, one of the representatives of the Grand Jurist in Sudan, were also among the attendants. This ceremony was also attended by the Special Secretary of the Shrine and the deputies of Imam Hussein and Hazrat Abbas Shrines, who spoke about the great character of Sayyid Muhammad, peace be upon him. Mr. Arif Nasrullah was also another speaker at this ceremony. In his remarks, he emphasized on more cooperation between relevant organizations in order to widen the scope of confrontation with the tech-free terrorists. In the end, Nasrullah held meetings with distinguished personalities, including the commander of military operation of Samarra, who was attending the ceremony. Head of Baghdad Cultural-Islamic Center at celebrations of victories by popular forces. Following an invitation by the Call of Hussein community, Mr. Ahmad Ufi Saidi, the director of Baghdad Cultural-Islamic Center, took part at an event that celebrated the victories of Iraq's popular mobilization forces in Baghdad. In this event, the young soldiers demonstrated the sacrifices and the bravery of Iraqi soldiers against the terrorist and Takfiri groups. The families of the martyrs were honored as the special guest of this event. In addition, several managers of religious and cultural institutions participated in this ceremony. Sheikh Ra'ad As-Sa'idi, one of the first speakers of this ceremony, and then Mr. Ahmad Ufi As-Sa'idi highlighted the significance of the verdict of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi for establishing resistance against the enemies. This ceremony concluded with a play about the destruction of Takfiri and extremism ideas.